Okay, I just got back. This is Darren, bestautodetailingtips.com. Also, Auto Fetish Detail. Okay, another lesson for the day. I just got done taping my first lesson where I kind of rant and choose someone a new one that's not here, my customer. Anyhow, so the lesson today is we can force things in the world and try to force them based on our expectations. What I mean by this is, ironically, there's a proverb, an adage, a cliche, you can call it whatever you want. It's called a diamond in the rough. What that means is that at a casual observation or a superficial observation, it will suggest certain things and it will be easy to come to certain conclusions. What I mean by this with detailing is that if you go onto YouTube, there's plenty of channels where they're polishing a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or whatever. And it's glamorous. It makes headlines. But I would love to ask these guys and know firsthand, because I would not ask them because I'm skeptical of most people because they're going to misrepresent. And it's so easy to misrepresent on the internet. I could do it to you all day long, but I want to keep it real so that you know who you're dealing with and that you can trust me. Nothing happens until there's some element of trust there. So I want to let you know exactly what it's like after 25 plus years, where I still have, pissy ass days. I've got occasionally pissy ass customers, and I just got done doing a video about one. Although I wouldn't really call her pissy ass, she just had unrealistic expectations. So the point I'm getting at is that, for example, I've started posting videos about RVs because I work on cars, RVs, boats, watercraft. I've yet to post a lot of videos that I have shot. So ironically, RVs, for example, you know what, let me back up and I'll put it this way. Because it's so glamorous to do wet sanding and paint correction and to be able to use a buffer and create what's called a wet look on a car, I get it. But most people do not understand how complex that is, how much discipline, how much patience it is to get that right. So you can learn how to just wet sand a flat panel and polish out the sanding marks and remove the holograms, the buffer tracks, whatever. Vastly different to be able to do that to an entire car and have the self-discipline and patience to tape it off, take each panel as its own entity, tape it off, all the character lines, everything is vastly different to be able to perform at that level. So what I'm saying is that on the internet, it'll be filled with glorified moments that I call the headlines. Like I said, the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Bentleys, Rolls Royces, even on my own channel. But I don't do it to misrepresent myself. I just do it because it's part of my actual world. So what I'm trying to get at, and I know, once again, it's like, Darren, can you cut to the point? Well, if you really want to learn, this is what it's required. So even myself, I'm guilty of it, that often there's a gem in the rough that you would overlook unless you dig in. So when it comes to polishing, it's very ironic and kind of a contradiction on a level, because I actually avoid polishing as much as possible. Yes, I can do it at any level a guy wants. I can perform in the top, I would say personally, because I've been around so long, that I could perform at the top 2% of any car guy, any professional detailer, any auto body guy. But guess what? It is hard stinking work. There's a lot of materials involved. There's a lot of additional costs that beginners aren't aware of. So they walk away after 2 days of doing paint correction. It's like, oh my gosh, I just made literally like $15 an hour, and I just broke my back for 2 days doing it. And then I waltz in and I wash a piece of crap RV, a 32 footer, and I walk away with $200 cash in my pocket. And it took me, drum roll please, 2 hours. Okay. Now that doesn't include travel time. So you've got to put that into it. Very few people know the true cost of anything. It's called a cost-benefit analysis. It's like leasing a car. Oh, my lease payment's only $325 a month. Yeah, but what about maintenance? What about tax on that lease payment? What about the fact that you're building no equity and you're just renting it? So very few people look at the true cost. When you're a business owner, unless you understand the true cost of doing business, chances are you will be out of business. So there's much more to it than just being able to detail a car. So ironically, I avoid polishing as much as possible. I actually talk people out of doing paint correction. I know that I am more profitable, and that's my big unique value proposition to you guys, is how can I show you to be the most profitable detailer versus anything else. Okay, a lot of guys want to be the biggest or best, whatever. I just want to be the most profitable. So would I rather be washing a piece of crap RV and make $100 an hour, or would I rather be tooling on a Ferrari and become so obsessive and worried about it because it's a $200,000 Ferrari and it's not that much fun anymore because you're so worried about it and end up making $20 an hour? You tell me, okay? I'll take the RV that someone's not overly emotionally attached to versus the Ferrari. Now the RV is not going to make headlines. I'm not going to get 200 million hits because I'm washing an RV, but I'm going to get like 5 million hits or more because I'm talking about a $1,000 wash job on a Ferrari, or the $1,000 can of wax that I'm going to use on a Ferrari by hand. BS. Okay, yeah, it's entertainment, but is that reality? No, it's not. But reality is that you can be profitable in ways that most guys do not understand. So I will direct you and to tell you, stay away from gel-coated RVs with the decals on them. They represent too many problems. And I tell people this, they call me and it's so unexpected. They're like, wow, Darren, you're literally talking yourself out of work. Yeah, I am, but guess what? I say, let's apply appropriate response, which is it's a big RV, it's gonna oxidize. You don't have the money to hire me to come out every month and take care of it because that's what it would require. You don't have the money for me to restore it because you don't have the money and it's just not worth it because it would cost a few $1,000s. And why do it if you can't keep it indoors? Why do it if you can't maintain it? So let's pull back. Let me apply a voice of reason. And let me tell you that guess what? Just accept the nature of the beast, which is it's going to oxidize. So wash it when you want. You can do it yourself. I'll even teach you how to do it. And I'm not worried about someone learning how to do it because I know that most people don't want to get up on the roof, chance the risk of falling off that roof or whatever. You know, we're lazy. We got other things we'd rather do, but I'm willing to do it. And I'm willing to make $75 to $100 to wash a piece of crap RV. So that's what's so ironic about it, is that I've found all these little niches, you know, maintenance detailing versus one-time detailing, paint enhancement versus paint correction. I would much rather make $75 to $125 an hour all day long working on, now I don't work on a lot of what you would call normal stuff, okay? I mean, honestly, 90% of my business is with the more affluent people. They have a healthy disposable income, but that doesn't mean they're buying a $500,000 diesel pusher RV, but they're gonna buy something used. They've got some disposable income, and I talk them off the edge and say, hey, guess what? It's unrealistic to think that this can be restored, but it needs to be washed. You probably don't want to take it on the road where you can't even see out the windshield. So I'll do it for you. I charge $6 a foot, and I walk away with more money in my pocket dealing with the customer whose expectations are so far down here because it's an old used RV versus a guy with a Ferrari who's so emotionally attached and his whole identity is wrapped up into that Ferrari that is going to microanalyze your job when he's done, and you're going to be so worried about screwing up the paint, and then you walk away making $20 an hour. So there's the difference. So that's what I talk about, is there's a lot of areas of detailing, a lot of little niches, whether it's gel coat restoration, RV washing, that the return on investment, you can make a lot more money than what the headlines would lead you to believe. Because as a newbie, you're going to want to run out, get your buffer, and learn how to do paint correction because it's just that glamorous. I get it. It's very seductive. But the irony is that I actually make more by not doing that stuff. Do I take on those jobs? Yes, I do. But I'm very selective at it because it is hard, back-breaking work. So there's my second lesson for the day. Hope you've learned something. Sorry for the lengthy videos, but it's just a subject that just can't be oversimplified. And I want you guys to be prepared because I wasn't. I had to learn the hard way. I didn't have someone I could go onto YouTube and find out the real nitty-gritty world of detailing. In fact, there's a video where I'm up on the roof scrubbing this RV today, and it's literally got a 1/4 inch thick of moss on it. It is gross, nasty work. But you know what? I'll do it all day long for $100 an hour. So till next time, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the questions. It really is just amazing the questions that come in because I've been in the business so long. It's stuff I would never think to address. So thank you, thank you, thank you.